Right. I need to give you some important information, an overview of Module 13, which is all about measurement this week. And so if you open up Module 13, you'll see a lot of the normal things. Obviously, our supplementary PowerPoint slides. There are three sections from this chapter that we are going to be covering. There is a formula sheet with many geometric formulas. Let me take a moment to just open this and show you a little bit. We're going to be working throughout this chapter in learning where a lot of these formulas come from and why they work the way that they do. When it comes to the homework that you complete, you might want to refer to this. But what's really important as you go through this module is just that you make sense and learn about where these come from and why the formula for the area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. Why is that? And when it comes time for the module E or competency test E test, you will be able to use these formulas. I'm not going to require you to have them all memorized. I will uh, include them right in the test so you can reference them. But if you do have access to a printer and would like to print them with nothing else written on those pages, that is also fine. So there are a couple other online applications that I will reference during some of the videos. We've seen a couple of them. This one right here, this interactive app for the volume of the cylinder is a new one that we have not seen yet before. There is a smart book assignment. There are three sections of videos. The first one is about systems of measurement, where our systems of measurement come from, the English or imperial system that we use in the United States, as well as the metric system. And then we're going to use a lot of those things when we calculate areas and perimeters of circles and of polygons. And then finally, volume and surface areas of three-dimensional figures. There is your weekly discussion board reflection. There's a homework assignment on McGraw-Hill Connect. And then again, competency test E will open on Thursday of this week. And I think I noted this last week, but just again, here are a number of Khan Academy links that can help you practice. They're just up for you to do with what you want. There's again the link to that formula sheet. And then here is more of a written practice test. Now, the actual test is not as long as this one. I just wanted to give you opportunity to practice lots of different versions of these. The actual test will have 10 multiple choice questions. Some of those questions may have more than one or will have more than one part to them. You may see a figure and be asked to calculate both the area and perimeter, for example. And I believe on this practice test, I think there are 19 different geometric figures. And then there are the solutions on this other document. You can check your answers and then my worked solutions as well. Please note that there are different ways that certain textbooks, certain teachers might ask you to deal with the number pi when you start working with circles. And so there's a pi button that exists on a lot of calculators. You can extend it to many different decimal places. When I ask you to do your competency test, it states in bold here, you're going to use 3.14 for those calculations. Don't use the pi button because that actually puts more decimal places in there. And then for all of your final answers, you're going to be rounding them to the nearest whole number. So just make sure you're aware of that as you go through those. To wrap things up, that will open, competency test D will open on Thursday of this week, and you'll have your normal 12 or so days to complete that. That's it for this week. And this is our very last week of new content. So that is very exciting news.